Hello, everybody. My name is Tawana, Tawana on Facebook. That I am a member of Life Changing Word, and I just kind of wanted to talk about yesterday's sermon. Baby, 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 baby. The sermon was about sleeping on the job, and as believers, we all have a purpose. We're all destined to do something in this world. And so we can't be sleeping on the job. We got to be working. We have to be working, So just for me, there was so many takeaways. So first of all, when Pastor referenced, Jesus, when he prayed for the cup of suffering to be taken away from him.
Heavy. So somebody say Jesus was going through some things. Yeah, you guys want to sit there and be quiet. Jesus was going through some things. Okay, so he's going through some things, and he's like, look, okay, he began to be sorrowful and very heavy. He fell on his face and prayed, saying, oh, my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Right? Because when you're paying a price, where's my youth? When you're paying a price, youth, when you're paying, somebody say, when I'm paying a price. If there's another way, instead of not paying this price, I'd rather take that other way, right? Parents don't like having to get up. Anybody like having to get up and go to work and right, to barely pay your bills, only to get that whole paycheck to pay all these bills? You guys get it? So if there is another way, I would rather have it that other way instead of this way. So Jesus is like, instead of me having to go through all of this, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Then he says, nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt.
And, God's will was more important than the suffering that he was going to have to endure. That part alone resonated with me because we go through so much, and oftentimes we don't want to go through it. We don't want to go through our families going through something or us having to go through something personally. But God's will is so much more important than what we want or what we don't want. Because if you look at it, if Jesus decided I'm not going to follow God's will, then where would we be? So it just shows that God's will is bigger and greater than anything that we could ever imagine. And it's all connected. And as far as me personally, God has just really been talking to me about just different things in this season of my life. And the message yesterday was a confirmation for me that I was sleeping on the job. I was literally just sitting and just allowing the enemy's arrows to shoot me and attack me. And my thinking was off. My work was off. I was a procrastinator, very lazy. Didn't want to pray, didn't want to be a giver.
But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. So he wasn't still there. He left. He said, all I got to do is plant a little seed and then leave. Some of us get in conversations with people. They just plant a little seed in you and then they leave. And then you get off the phone and wonder why you're worried about everything. You're wondering why you're mad. You're suspicious about everything. You're wondering why you don't trust nobody. You guys understand, because somebody was asleep, and that's when the enemy felt he had a way to come up in there and plant that seed and then go on his way. Some of us have found ourselves in situations in our lives. We don't know how we got here. We don't know why our thoughts are like this. But today, you getting it. We shining the light on that devil today. You asleep. You asleep. Sleeping on the job. And the enemy, that's when he felt like he can come in. The enemy only feels like he can come in when we sleep. All we got to do is wake up. Ain't that right, Jason? Right? Somebody said, all we got to do is wake up. Glory to God.
The minute that I made up my mind to wake up, all types of blessings have been coming in. All types of blessings have been coming in. And so it was just confirmation for me to keep going and to keep doing what I'm doing. And in the process of that, there's just a newfound hope in God that I've never experienced before. And I know that he sees me. I know that he wants to prosper me. And I know that he's with me wherever I go. So I challenge you guys just to rise up, to wake up, as Pastor referenced yesterday, woked. You know, we got to be woked. We got to be woked, because God is always speaking and there's always something that he's telling us to do. And during this time, it's of utmost importance to make sure that we are tuned in and connected to the things of the Spirit, so that we can hear what God is telling us, for our families, for this world, for our church, and all the above. Man, I tell you, God is just truly good. And, just come on in, come on in. If you missed the service, I highly suggest you go back and watch that live at Life Changing Word on Facebook, and just really, really chime in, take notes, be attentive, and be ready to receive. And hopefully we'll see you guys next week, Sunday, 2:30. All right, God bless and have an amazing rest of the day.